Proclamation recognizing Claudia Thomas and Andie Gernon for extraordinary service in Lakewood's human services programs, the community collaboration, Lakewood's Promise, and the Youth Council. And ladies, if you would join me at the podium, I would appreciate it.
One more.
One more, that's right. I'll let you stand in between me, so.
We can't stand in between you.
Well, sure, I'll be the thorn between two roses, so that'll be good. It is indeed an honor to have you with us tonight, and you both have been great mentors of mine and to many of us here in the city. We really appreciate your service, as you well know, over the years, but we can never say thank you enough. Thank you. So tonight is but an opportunity for all of us to yet again say thank you for the years of service and dedication, not just to the city of Lakewood, but to your fellow citizens and to your students and to your community. And it is with great pride that we present, all of us, this proclamation to you tonight. We'll start with the lady in green here, because she's got the luck of the Irish on. So
I am Irish.
Near and dear to my heart. So, the city of Lakewood issues this proclamation. Whereas Claudia Thomas has dedicated a lifetime career in public education and public service through service in the Clover Park School District system and on the Lakewood City Council. And
whereas Claudia Thomas's 16 years of service on the Lakewood City Council was performed admirably as Lakewood's first deputy mayor and Lakewood's second mayor, the state of Washington's first black female mayor, and
whereas Claudia Thomas's years of service have been marked by exemplary leadership in working constantly to improve the quality of life of children and youth, and
whereas Claudia Thomas provided instrumental leadership in the creation of the Lakewood's Promise, the city's Youth Council, the Human Services Program, and the Lakewood Community Collaboration, and
whereas throughout Claudia Thomas's service, she has earned the respect of the council and many other civic leaders and the affection of those who have worked alongside her. And
whereas Claudia Thomas, through her faithful dedication to the values of service and inclusion, ensured that Lakewood's children have a voice in civic affairs and opportunities to reach their potential. Now, therefore, the Lakewood City Council expresses our deepest collaborative appreciation to Dr. Claudia Thomas for her leadership and distinguished public service in improving the quality of life of Lakewood's youth and citizens. Proclaim this 5th day of May, 2014, Don Anderson, Mayor, and the entire City Council. I get to present this wonderful plaque that we put together in lieu of the standard green issue binders. We have a wonderful plaque for you. There are cards from family and friends of yours, but we all signed this wonderful proclamation for you that we just read collaboratively for the collaboration, and we are pleased to present it to you tonight.
Thank you. Your hands are cold.
They are cold. And along with the proclamation, of course, you have to have one of the Lakewood's coins that we put together a few years back. Those of you who may have seen the coin recognized, hopefully, the front of it, which, of course, has the seal of the city of Lakewood. But on the back, we have a relief of the City Hall, and it has in Latin, because Mayor Anderson and I kind of went back and forth in that Google translation trying to come up with something that made sense between English and Latin back and forth. But it's cooperating together for the prosperity of Lakewood.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much. And before I let you speak, we're going to read Andie's proclamation as well, and then we'll let you folks tag team a little bit.
Andie can't have my cards.
I know. I know. Again, we're pleased, Andie, to present this proclamation to you on behalf of the city of Lakewood, its citizens, and those of us here tonight. Whereas Andie Gernon has dedicated 20 years of service promoting the health and well-being of children and their families in Lakewood. And
Whereas in 2002 and 2003, served this community as an appointed city council member, earning their respect of the council and many more civic leaders. And
whereas through Andie Gernon's dedication to Lakewood's promise ideals of safe places, caring adults, effective education, opportunities to serve, and a healthy start for all children, the City of Lakewood has been recognized as one of America's 100 best communities for young people 6 times. And
Whereas, throughout Andie Gernon's service, she has fostered a spirit of collaboration by connecting public safety, education, churches, and human service providers throughout Lakewood's community collaboration.
Whereas Andie Gernon has demonstrated extraordinary leadership within the Lakewood community, and through her efforts has built an enduring legacy of compassion and service.
now therefore, the Lakewood City Council and the citizens of Lakewood, many of whom are present tonight, do hereby extend our deepest appreciation to you, Andie Gernon, for your distinguished service and leadership in establishing the City of Lakewood as a great place for children to live and thrive. Proclaim this 5th day of May 2014, Donald Anderson, Mayor, and as well on behalf of the entire City Council, we thank you. And the city coin.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful
Lovely.
city coin. Before I get you guys up to speak, there was a wonderful letter that was submitted by one of your fans and friends, and it embodies much of what we have written about tonight, but I thought I would read it to the crowd because this person took the gracious time to present this to us. You've heard the expression dynamic duo. Well, that's Claudia and Andie. From the very beginning, when the collaboration first began, these two ladies were committed to that vision, to create an environment where service providers and organizations could learn, network, and share their programs with each other and with the community, and to make Lakewood a better home for our families and children. Lakewood became a model for other communities nationwide thanks to Andie and Claudia. They showed that when municipalities place the emphasis on families, children, and the 5 promises, things begin to happen and changes did occur. This didn't always come easily, and they faced many challenges. But for every obstacle, there was an opportunity, and these two fine ladies always found the positive. Thank you, Andie and Claudia, for all of your energy, time, and leadership. You've truly made Lakewood a better place to live. Cinda Kuntz. So, thank you. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. It's just a pleasure to have you here tonight. I just didn't think you thought very much of me. Thank you for letting me know that. No, I was just kidding. First of all, I want to introduce you to my family because I may be leaving, but they are coming. My daughter, the baby, is Lisa, principal of Harrison Pratt. Her husband, David Boyd. My son, who's the oldest. I only have 2 children, so I got one of each. Brian Thomas. I think he works for the police department. Every time I need something, he's at the police department. I want to say thank you to what you did for me. I can't get too far without kids, so I have a problem there. But they told me it was not a problem. They like people asking them what they want to be and what they want to do, and they want to be a part of it. But I have learned a lot. I love a lot of people. I do a lot of hugging. That keeps me energized when I know that everybody wants to give me a hug. But I think that I want to congratulate the council right now because we had this conversation a few minutes ago regarding what we have contributed, but we didn't do it by ourselves. We did it with the participation of all of you in the audience who made it clear that we needed to be unified, we need to have our youth voice, and we need to make certain that our community stays united. You remember that? Put unity back in community? Well, I'm going to be hunting you down if you're not doing it. Tell you that right now. We're not going backwards. We're going forward. There's a lot for us to do. And Andie and I are not going anywhere as long as we got children out there, and you have children, because we're going to work for those kids. But you know, you do get old and your bones start cracking, and so you may have to back off a little bit. But we're not going anyplace. And I want to thank each of you that made a difference in my life. And many of you have in many ways. And I appreciate that. I was intrigued by the Youth Council, who gave me a photograph of them as a group. And around the photograph, they put what I meant to them. It really brought tears to my eyes that the kids can see when you help and when you don't help. They'll see when you're serious and when you're not serious. And I just want to say to the council, thank you for maintaining the 1% that helps us out with our families that need it. I also want to say thank you for supporting us in our efforts to have Lakewood's Promise, part of the National Promise, because if we can get the kids' heads on right and be there to support them and guide them, we'll have a bright future. But if you're going to sit on your derriere and let them go where they want to, we will not have a great future. And our kids will not have a great future. As I said before, we aren't going anywhere. We're going to be watching what you do, and if you don't do it, we'll see that you get it done. Thank you.
Well, her bones may be creaking, but mine are fine.
Well, as long as one of us got a pair.
I want to thank all of you for being here, and I too want to introduce some members of my family, my entourage. I'll call it my entourage here in the second row. My second son, Steve, who is a teacher, middle school teacher, so you know he loves kids. Our third son, Will, who's next to him. We have two more. One is in Connecticut and couldn't make it, and one is in Tucson and couldn't make it. I don't really know if I invited him. And then some very good friends here on the end, Steve and Ann Enquist, who've been friends longer than I've been involved in Lakewood and affairs and activities. Steve and Ann, you can wave. On the far end of that row, another friend, Judy Hunter. She used to go fishing with my husband, and I loved that she did. They had a great time together, and we also were great friends. So, Judy, thank you for being here. And next to them are my current principal, for whom I tutor, and my current classroom teacher at John Dower, Paula Dawson and Shelley McClellan. So stand up, because these are the ladies who are educating the youth of tomorrow, of today, to be leaders tomorrow. So please stand up, you two. I've been tutoring for Shelley for 8 years, and I can't seem to get out of the third grade. So when you're concerned about the graduation rate in the Clover Park School District, you can blame it all on me. I'm wearing this jacket. Claudia was supposed to wear hers, but she told me she couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it.
We were presented with these jackets the first time, I believe, we won the 100 Best Communities Award. And it's a very nice jacket. You know, this little red wagon. If you don't know the little red wagon, you need to know the little red wagon, because it's a symbol of America's promise, this national movement to make sure that kids get what they need. We don't see a lot of wagons anymore. Kids tend to play by themselves, or maybe they stay indoors because they're afraid. But a little red wagon has to be pulled by mom or dad or a friend or a grandpa. and you can put your treasures in it. So the little red wagon is a symbol of pulling together for the youth of our country. So the next time you see a red wagon, think about the symbolism of that. I do have to say something to Alice, employee number 1, right? Alice was the first hire in the city of Lakewood. I was involved at that time. That part of my involvement hasn't been mentioned, but before there was a city government, we hired Alice to run the show. So, and she's one of the people who work very, very closely with Claudia and me in the whole human services collaboration. We've run through a few people. I don't know whether that's because of the way we are or because of the way they are, but they keep moving us from department to department. So it's been a great run. Claudia is an inspiration to most of us in this room, I hope. She should be. As a lifetime educator, whether she was being paid for it or just because she cares about kids. She's certainly been an inspiration to me. Mayor Harrison back there gave us that title of Dynamic Duo, so thank you for that and for your service. I can say with absolute certainty that we would not be the city we are without Bill Harrison, without Claudia Thomas, and with several people in this room who have been there since the beginning in this collaborative human services work. So I'm proud today to be here to recognize all of you because we haven't done this by ourselves. We just hung on, and you all came together and did the work. So thank you very much for this recognition to the City Council and Jason for speaking for the mayor. It's a privilege and an honor to serve in this very, very fine community. And I try to tell all my friends to live here, but haven't done too good a job of that lately. But I'll keep trying because it is a fabulous community. Thanks to all of you and your involvement. Thank you very much.